Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the spine-chilling world of the supernatural, a world where history and hauntings collide. Get ready to explore some of the most haunted locations on Earth, from eerie castles to abandoned towns. We're talking about places where the veil between our world and the other side seems thin as a sheet of paper, where whispers of the past echo in the present. Are you brave enough to visit these mysterious places? Because I'm not. But for the sake of the show, and for you lovely viewers, we're going in, virtually of course. First up, we're heading to jolly old England, to a little place called the Tower of London. Now this isn't your grandma's summer cottage. This place has seen some stuff. We're talking centuries of imprisonment, torture and executions. One of the most famous ghosts said to roam these halls is Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. People have reported seeing her spectral figure wandering the Tower Green where she was executed. Some even say they've seen her carrying her own head. And it's not just Anne. The tower is also said to be haunted by the young princes in the tower, Edward V and Richard of Shrewsbury. These two little guys disappeared in the 15th century, and their uncle, Richard III, is the prime suspect in their alleged murder. Visitors and guards have claimed to see their ghostly figures forever trapped within the tower walls. But wait, there's more. There are also stories of a ghostly bear roaming the grounds, a phantom guard, and even a spectral queen. The Tower of London is like a magnet for restless spirits. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying this place has a seriously spooky atmosphere. Next stop on our Haunted World tour, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. If this place looks familiar, it's probably because it was the inspiration for Stephen King's iconic horror novel, The Shining. King himself stayed in room 217 back in the 70s, and let's just say it sparked his imagination. He reported feeling a presence in the room, hearing disembodied voices, and even having nightmares that inspired the entire plot of The Shining. But room 217 isn't the only hotspot for paranormal activity in this hotel. Guests and staff have reported seeing ghostly children playing in the hallways, hearing phantom piano music coming from the empty music room and lights flickering on and off for no apparent reason. Some say the hotel is haunted by the spirits of former guests who just couldn't check out, even in death. Others believe it's a portal to another dimension, which honestly wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So if you're looking for a vacation spot with a side of paranormal activity, the Stanley Hotel is the place to be. Just don't blame me if you start seeing things in the shadows. Buckle up, because our next stop takes us deep underground to the catacombs of Paris. Imagine miles and miles of tunnels, but instead of dirt and worms, it's just bones. Millions upon millions of human bones, stacked meticulously, forming walls and decorations. It's like a giant, macabre graveyard. And some say it's also home to some seriously restless spirits. Over 6 million Parisians are buried down here. Their remains moved from overcrowded cemeteries in the 18th century. With that many souls in one place, it's no wonder people report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness, dread, and even being touched by unseen hands. Some have even claimed to see shadowy figures lurking in the darkness, whispering voices echoing through the tunnels and disembodied lights floating through the air. The catacombs of Paris are a stark reminder of our own mortality, and the sheer number of souls present creates an atmosphere that's both fascinating and terrifying. It's a place where the line between the living and the dead seems to blur, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Okay folks, time to talk about a place that's equal parts creepy and downright bizarre. The Island of the Dolls in Xochimilco, Mexico. Now I know what you're thinking, an island of dolls? Sounds adorable, right? Wrong. This is not your average Toy Story. It all started with a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera, the island's caretaker. Legend has it that he found a young girl who drowned in the canal surrounding the island. Haunted by her death, he started hanging dolls he found in the trash and canals all over the island as a way to appease her spirit. Over the years, the number of dolls grew and grew, creating this eerie and unsettling spectacle. People claim that the dolls move their heads, limbs, and even whisper to each other. Some say it's just the wind, but others believe the dolls are possessed by the spirits of the dead, including the drowned girl. The island of the dolls is a testament to grief, obsession, and the power of suggestion. Whether you believe the dolls are haunted or not, there's no denying the unsettling effect of seeing thousands of these lifeless eyes staring back at you. Our next stop takes us to the United States, to the crumbling walls of Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This former prison, once at the forefront of penal reform, is now a chilling reminder of the darker side of human nature. Eastern State was known for its revolutionary approach to incarceration, solitary confinement. Prisoners lived, ate, and slept in their cells, completely isolated from the outside world. The idea was that this isolation would lead to penitence and rehabilitation, but what it actually led to, according to many, was madness, despair, and some very restless spirits. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported countless chilling encounters within the prison walls. Disembodied whispers, laughter, and footsteps echo through the cell blocks. Shadowy figures dart across the corridors, and some even claim to have felt unseen hands touching them or pulling at their clothes. One of the most infamous spots in the prison is cell block 12. This is where some of the most violent and disturbed inmates were kept, and it's said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. People have reported seeing faces peering out from the empty cells, feeling extreme temperature drops, and even being overcome with feelings of dread and despair. Eastern State Penitentiary is a stark reminder of the human need for connection and the devastating effects of isolation. Our journey takes a somber turn as we travel to the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, to a place shrouded in both natural beauty and tragic history. Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees. This forest is undeniably beautiful, with its dense foliage and towering trees, but it's also gained a chilling reputation as a place where many go to end their lives. This tragic history, coupled with local legends and folklore, has imbued Aokigahara with an unsettling atmosphere. Many visitors report feeling a sense of unease, being watched, or even experiencing strange occurrences like compasses malfunctioning and electronic devices draining quickly. Some believe that the spirits of those who died in the forest remain trapped there, unable to find peace. There are stories of hikers encountering ghostly figures, hearing disembodied voices calling their names, and feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that Aokigahara Forest is a place of immense sadness and spiritual weight. Last, but certainly not least, we're heading back to England, to a place that's been freaking people out for centuries, the ancient Ram Inn in Gloucestershire. This unassuming little inn, with its crooked walls and wonky floors, has a history that dates back to the 12th century, and let me tell you, it's seen some things. Built on the site of a pagan burial ground, the ancient Ram Inn is said to be a vortex of paranormal activity. We're talking everything from ghostly apparitions to poltergeist activity to demonic entities. Guests and paranormal investigators have reported being touched, scratched, and even pushed by unseen forces. Objects move on their own, doors slam shut for no reason, and disembodied voices whisper through the halls. Some even claim to have seen full-bodied apparitions of former residents, including a murdered child and a witch who was burned at the stake. One of the most haunted rooms in the inn is the Witch's Room, where legend has it a woman accused of witchcraft sought refuge before being captured and killed. People who dare to spend the night in this room often report feeling a sense of dread, hearing blood-curdling screams, and even being physically attacked. The ancient Ram Inn is not for the faint of heart. If you're looking for a genuine haunted experience, this ancient inn might just be the place to test your limits. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling content. Let us know in the comments which haunted place you dare to visit. Would you brave the Tower of London, spend a night in the Stanley Hotel, or maybe even venture into the depths of the catacombs of Paris? Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.